Today's show, it isn't about a fish. It is about a family and a very special story on a small atoll in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. I came here for the first time with my family 2 years ago, and I was absolutely touched by the history that took place on this island. E2 Davey and his family, they were net fishermen. They were making a living by netting the bonefish and selling them to market. One day, the light bulb went on. E2 decided there had to be a bright future, and that future was to try sport fishing for these incredible fish. The bonefish, koya, an amazing species. He has now secured the future. And think about this, they actually put the fox in to look after the hen house. The good news, E2 Davey, he is one very cunning fox. Check out this man, check out this story. I'm proud to bring it to you.
Could all passengers please return your seats to the upright position and fasten your seatbelts as we're preparing to land in the Cook Islands.
Kia ora. Welcome to the Cook Islands, a beautiful part of the world. On Saturday nights, Air New Zealand do a direct flight from Sydney. Just over 6 hours. I came prepared, and let me just say, I slept like a baby. This is going to be a lot of fun. Well, a simple way to always know you're getting close to your final destination, check the size of the plane. The closer you get, the smaller they get. But every time I see an Air Rarotonga plane, I get so excited because it means I'm heading to Aitutaki, and it is one of the most beautiful places on the entire planet. From Raro to Aitutaki is around 50 minutes. If you keep your eyes peeled out the window, you may well see some of the beautiful islands that make up this incredible group. Thank you. Hello, how are you?
Welcome.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
My name is E2 Davey, and I live in Aitutaki. When I was 5 years old, I started fishing until today. My dad was a net fisherman, and he passed his knowledge to us. That's why I started netting. Normally we target bonefish, because it's a delicacy for the island. I want my children to see what a bonefish is. That's why I do guiding, to preserve the bonefish, so my children, their children can see what a bonefish is and see a big number of school of bonefish. Just gonna try and see if the bone is around that point there.
Beautiful. So what we're doing here is just walking the flat. E2's looking for fish. He has the eyes of an eagle, he can see everything. We've got a popper rod and a fly rod. The popper rod's basically used as a pointing stick. E2 will point the stick in the direction and tell me how far away the bonefish is, and then I have to use all of my talent. Yes, long pause, all of my talent to try and put this fly as close as I can to the bonefish. Does the wind bother the fish?
No. It makes less challenge, because the wind will help, the fly land.
Beautiful. Oh, yes, you don't spook them.
Yeah. And plus they come closer. They come closer and
they
check.
feel more comfortable?
Yes, because the flat is more milky.
Yep. So are you looking for fish, or are you looking for shadows or shapes?
Shadow and shapes.
And then once you see the shadow or shape, you then identify the species?
Yes.
Hard to believe we're standing on a sand flat here. 800 metres that way, it's 200 metres deep. Crazy place. So they like to come up on the flat on the falling tide, do they?
Sometimes they come on the. There's one there. See him coming straight down.
Oh yeah, I see it.
Yeah. Cars to your left. Yeah. Drop it. Yeah. Let us see. Ooh, too close.
Too close?
Spook, yeah. Spook.
There he goes. Oh, and now he's. Oh, there's two.
Trevally. One Trevally and one.
Too close to him?
Yeah.
So we had a bone come in then, literally 10 metres away, and I dropped a fly right in his head, and of course he spooked straight away. Bonefish 1, Paul none. This incredible banyan tree is a living piece of art. Over the years, it's formed an arch that goes right across the roadway, and when you walk into it, the temperature actually drops 10 degrees. It is simply stunning. Now, you may recognise it. It's been in a couple of Hollywood blockbusters, and IFISH of Tackle, of course. Now back to the beautiful Aitutaki Lagoon. It's days like today that bonefish guides really earn their money. These things are known as ghosts of the flats. Very, very hard to see. I've really got no hope, but E2 says there it is. Sometimes I can see it, sometimes I just tell him I can. It is that tough. The fish today, they're moving pretty quick, so when he does see them, I've got to get a cast quickly. They're going to make us earn our money, but when we get one, it'll feel so good.
Left. Drop it to your right. Yeah, let it sink. Get ready. Strike. Slow trip. Cast again. Recast. Further.
We've had some nice fish. Probably seen about 4 or 5 now. And I've got to say, I'm a little bit nervous. These fish are the pinnacle of fly fishing. They actually make me very anxious, very nervous. So you just got to take deep breaths and just try and run through the motions. So how hard was it to make the transition? You're a net fisherman, and that's how your family makes their income, and decide to hang up the nets and become a fishing guide.
It's not hard. Just easy. Because I'm a fisherman, and I start working part-time for the marine. That's when I understand about fisheries and all that. It's take a long time for them to grow, to populate the lagoon. That's why it's so easy for me to translate myself into fly fishing guide or sport fishing guide. "15 meters, moving left, drop it. Yeah, strip slowly, slow. Get the slack in, Slow shrimp.
They're moving very quickly today.
They're not really feeding.
They're just moving.
They're moving fast on the flat.
So do we move to another flat and see if they're feeding there? What do you do?
Yeah. We have to move, check the other flat.
Beautiful. Good thing about this lagoon, there's plenty of flats to check, isn't there?
Yes. friend. Yeah, he's moving.
Not far enough?
I'll find him a little bit. A little more.
Oh, I see him, I
Yeah,
see him,
yeah.
I see him. Yeah, I see him. You want to strip this fast?
Strip fast, yeah. Roll cars, yeah. Yeah, leave it there. Oh, cast again. He's moving a little right. Oh, further. Oh. That's
Hand on
right.
him?
Yeah.
He's still there?
Yeah, he's going away slow.
I still see him?
Yeah, cast now. Overcast, yeah. Strip slowly. He's coming slowly, slow. Get his attention, 1, 2.
So are we using the sit and wait method?
Yes. Because it's a pushing tide.
Yep.
And plus they're coming this way, going down. We have to wait for them.
So we literally just stay put and they'll come to us?
They'll come to us, yes.
I like that plan. For my way of thinking, this is like the ultimate fishing. First, you've got to wait for the fish to present itself. You've got to see the fish, then cast a tiny fly, hope that it eats it, hook the fish and land one of the toughest adversaries on the planet. I tell you what, if I could never catch any other fish in my life except a bonefish, I would not be an unhappy man. One of the first things you'll notice about chasing bones on fly is that the gear is way different to what I normally use. It's a fly rod, and we use the fly rod because the weighted line allows me to push that very small unweighted fly out to where the fish are. This fly rod, Loomis NRX, it's an 8-weight, which means it should carry an 8-weight line. I'm actually running a 9-weight forward Rio line on it, just gives you a little bit of extra punching power in the wind. And the reel, it's a Sage, it is absolute quality. It's called a 4580, and this outfit even makes me look like a pro. Well, almost.
Ready, come up.
On the back of that brown
Yeah,
patch?
cast to the brown, yeah.
Just this front
Yeah.
brown?
Yeah, to your left. Drop it on the brown.
Longer?
No, leave it there. Slow, strip, slow, very slow, slow. A little bit faster. See him coming to the fly. Very fast. Recast. He's moving.
Where is he?
Drop to your. Here. Where the brown. Yes. He's coming. Get ready. He's coming and strike.
Well done. Well spotted, E2. And that is when a plan comes together. Oh! Look at that reel. He made the mistake, didn't he, E2? He made the mistake, and that was amazing. Old eagle eyes, E2. You saw him eat the fly?
Yeah.
Look at him coming right at us here. He's about 6 metres ahead of us. He's just there, and now he's going to run.
There's 2 of them. Three around them.
There's three more bonefish around him?
See them coming straight to
Oh,
you.
look at this. Look at the bonefish here. Just here.
Yeah.
Look here, 5 metres off the rod tip. There's 3 bonefish. It's always the way. When you got a hook in one, you always see the free swimmers. E2,
Yes.
I know you're not catching the fish, but of course I couldn't catch this fish without your help. Does it still make your heart pound when you put a client onto a bonefish?
Yes.
Get very excited?
Yes. And the client always make me look good.
I think you might make me look good, mate. Up! This is amazing. I've been on this fish for 5 minutes and they still have so much power. What's the longest run you've ever seen from a bonefish, you reckon?
250
Metres?
yeah.
250 metres. Wow. Here's our fish just here, but look how hard they are to see on the flats. Like, look at that fish there. Just so hard to pick up. Look at that. Whoops, E2, if I hand you the rod, I'm just going to go in and see if I can grab this beautiful fish. Nice and gentle on the leader. If he goes, I'll let him go. But these things never run out of power. And that is what all the fuss is about. That is one of the greatest fish on the planet, a bonefish. Looks just like a whiting in shape and structure, but they are so quick. And you can see why they're called the ghost of the flats, because when you put this guy down on the sand, he is virtually invisible. If you look at the structure of his mouth, he feeds like this, buries that nose, and goes along picking up all those little bits and pieces, and that is his motor. Look at that caudal fin. That is what pushes bones along at an incredible pace. E2, you are the man. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Well, the Bonefish of Aitutaki Lagoon are here purely for sport fishing, and it is sport fishing that is going to save these fish well into the future. This one's going back, and I just love releasing these fish so much, although it hurts because I just want to look at them and touch them. Off you go, my friend. Look at that. See you, dude. So on Aitutaki, is it actually law to release the bonefish?
Yes. Yeah. You get banned, but the local getting getting to understand about preserving the lagoon, because that's what happened to the turtle. Today you see a lot of turtle now. Wherever you go, there's turtle there, and a number of bonefish are, when we were netting, the number of bonefish were there, but now we're getting more numbers are coming in.
Well, E2, a fantastic afternoon bone fishing. A lot of fish, but they were really scared, weren't they?
They're really spooky, on the flat.
And my casting?
Casting is good, it's just the fish is not behaving.
This man is growing on me by the minute. We got a bonefish. How beautiful was that bone? And tomorrow, we're going to show you more of what this magnificent lagoon has to offer. This is the town centre of Aitutaki. Believe it or not, it is 3 o'clock on a Saturday afternoon, and I'm not standing any risk at all of being hit by anything that's moving on this road. This is why I love the place so much. To put it in perspective, this is what Times Square is to New York, Fed Square to Melbourne. How good is this? The client's coming all the way from Australia, the other side of the world. What advice can you give them that is going to help them catch a bonefish when they get here?
It's challenging, but inside me, I always said, guarantee. I can put you on fish and hook, but depends how he fights the fish. But it's very challenging.
Well, for this milkwater fishing today, I'm using a Rapala Rip and Wrap. Now, a lot of people are going to think bonefish on that, but I reckon it's going to work. You know why? Because E2 told me he likes the colour, the shape, and the rattle. Look at him. Oh, got him. There's about 10 of them, wasn't there, E2?
Yep.
And that is just incredible. 10 fish followed my lure up, so I just jigged it around a few times to trevaliate it. Now, not everybody likes fly fishing, not everybody can fly fish. The great thing about the Cook Islands is that the bonefish here, they eat lures as well, and that's what we're going to show you this morning. Little trevally, E2?
Yep, yellowtail.
What is it, yellowtail trevally?
Yellowtail, yeah.
We've got to be careful with these guys because they've got these tail scoots down there that can catch you to pieces. But he's absolutely scoffed that little rip and wrap. And where there's trevally, there's normally bones. Oh, yep.
Yep, bone. Bone.
Bone?
Yep, bone. Yep, bone. Bonefish.
Oh, that was the first cast into this milk, E2. And that is just incredible. I'm going to have to go for a walk here. This is what they do.
Just stand on the side, yeah.
Okay, I had the drag backed off at the start because quite often I've found those big runs early, they straighten hooks, don't they?
Straight up, yep.
So I've upped it a touch. And now I'm
Take it to the front.
taking it to the front. He's coming to the front, this fish.
Bring it around, yeah.
Is there much coral around E2?
Not just that one. Take him on this side of the boat.
That was a really fast draw.
Sure, yeah.
E2 said keep your lure close to the bottom. So I was pulling it really hard along the bottom. And they're incredible fish. And what an incredible fishery this is when you can throw a lure around. You don't even have to know what you're doing. Just wind slow, give it a bit of a wrap, and you can literally hook one of the greatest sport fish on the planet. Nice fish. Oh yeah, beautiful fish, E2, look at that. And they're never done till they're done, are they?
Yeah. Take him on around the other side. Yeah. Fight him around the side of the boat.
Oh, look at that fish, I love
Nice,
these
nice
things.
fish, yeah.
Yep,
Nice.
that is why E2 Davey is the man. We'll get this fish on board and show you just how beautiful the bonefish on a lure is. So E2, we got the fish out of the net. How big's this bone?
7 pound?
7 pounds, they grow a lot bigger.
Yes.
You've caught them twice as big as this.
Yes.
That is amazing. Now, do you know much about the spawning of the bonefish?
I heard they go offshore spawning and the egg float 60 to 90 days and that's when they hatch.
Awesome. They actually just filmed the spawning of bonefish for the first time in the Bahamas. Check it out on YouTube. Thousands and thousands of fish all in one area, just spawn, having a great old time. These things, believe it or not, grow to over 20 pound in these parts. In fact, in a net, what's the biggest one you ever got in the net?
Maybe 10 or 12 kilo.
I so want a 10 or 12 kilo bonefish, but for now, I'll take this one on a Rapala rip and wrap. Just gonna release this beautiful bonefish. I can feel him kicking, not a problem at all. He is just gonna go sweet. See you later, mate. Thank you very much. So E2, why do they call this the milk and how does it happen?
We call it the milk because it's not a muddy bottom, it's a sandy bottom. And caused by a school of bonefish feeding on the bottom. And trevally will swim around them, and probably GTs as well.
So they're stirring the bottom up and that's why you get all this sandy coloured water?
Yes,
So it's
because
good.
they're a bottom feeder,
Yep.
they feed on the bottom. Yeah. They stir the bottom up.
So when you see milk, it's the place to be.
Yes.
Bone?
Yeah, bone.
He was right on that. Oh, it's on the coral.
No. Re-spool it.
Free?
Yeah, let him run
I'll get the rod
away
up
from
nice
that
and
pole.
high.
Yeah.
He's over it now.
Yeah, he's over.
He's going. I think that's my 5th cast since the last bone. And I'm literally, I don't know if the camera can see it, I'm literally casting at coral. And the big bones, E2 said, sit around the edge of the coral. And I'm casting at the coral, letting the lure sink down. The trouble with this approach, you tend to hook some nice fish, but keeping on the line is not easy. They run so quickly, so aggressively, and I've got coral under me now and he's coming straight at it, so I'm gonna try and walk him around the front of this coral. With the spotters, they are seriously one of my greatest tools in this environment because I can try and lead fish away from structure. Now he's come past that now and he's not gonna be happy when he sees this, he's gonna go again. And I've got coral right there. I'm just trying to keep this fish at bay. I'm keeping the rod tip as high as I can. And how good is this gear? The reel, Shimano Stratic 5000, it's the FJ, and the rod, Therese 15 to 30 pound. It's one of the lighter ones, but just a beautiful stick. I really wanted that shock absorption. And I'll tell a little secret, if you let me kiss and tell, I actually broke the tip off this rod in the rod tube on the way here. So we took the tip off, we re-glued it. It's now not 7'2", it's only 7 foot. But as you can see, it's working just perfectly. Got to put as much hurt on as I can without popping. He's so close. Oh, there he is. He's right over that coral. E2, grab the net. Oh, well done, E2. What an epic fight, my friend. How good is this? How good is this? You don't get very excited, do you? This is as excited as E2 gets. E2, that is a big bone. Let's get him in the boat.
Yep.
And just remember, you may well have saved these fish from extinction in this part of the world, might you? Oh, how's the size of that? Do you want to put him up here on the wood? Oh, that is huge. It just grew, E2. It just grew. This is like Otto the goldfish that grew and grew and grew. Oh, and these things are so hard to hold on to. I might get to see if I put my hand over his eyes. Yep, got it. Beautiful. Now this is going to be a beast to hang on to. That is a serious Aitutaki bonefish. Look at that. And the thing that will blow people away, this thing really weighs. It weighs a lot. Look at the head and shoulders on this thing. This is why you come to this part of the world, because they're serious bonefish. And there's bones down there that'll make this look like small fry. These things live to over 20 years of age, but the incredible thing that scientists have found, in different parts of the world, they grow at different rates. Some 40 centimetre fish are like 10 years old, and other parts of the world, a 40 centimetre fish might only be 3 years old. In this part of the world, I reckon they grow fairly quickly. And check out those chompers there. That mouth is designed for crushing mollusks. It's actually got granular teeth that form little dental plates on the upper jaw and the tongue, so they can go through and crush up those little crustaceans, and that's why they get so big.
The bonefish were really spooky yesterday, and I thought about the fly will work today, and I'm gonna tie one for us before we hit the flat. I think it's the hook, because the hook were too big. Then we're gonna use a smaller hook and a small eyes. Put some glue on so the eyes won't move around. Put a little bit of this orange material on, and a UV flash, because bonefish love UV flash. When you put the fin of a bonefish in the sun, the tip of the fin, you see the UV flash on the tip of the fin. And we're gonna put a foxtail to cover the barb, because the old people said in the olden days when you put a bait on a hook, you have to hide the barb so the bonefish won't see it. They said if the barb come out of the bait, if the bonefish see it, they won't take bait. That's why we're using this material to cover the barb. We put the rubber legs on so it gets the bonefish attention when the fly swims down to the bottom. And we're putting some glue on so it keeps the fly together. This is our fly.
It's a perfect position, E2. You tie the fly in the shade and the fishing's just here, is it?
Yes.
Beautiful. This is a very productive flat.
Yep.
So what did you change on the fly? What have you changed from yesterday?
The hooks.
Yep.
And more material on, so covers the barb, help cover the barb. Maybe it's the hook, because they're coming to the fly, they're interested in the fly, but they're not taking it.
Today we're going to outsmart them.
Yeah.
The beautiful people of the Cook Islands are extremely religious, and churches just like this one behind me can be found dotted all over the island of Aitutaki. Apparently Sunday is the religious day when families get together, nobody works, and they spend time as a family unit doing what families should do. Now I'm told by certain people, if you manage to get the opportunity to go to church on a Sunday, it'll be one of the best experiences you ever have. The singing, it will absolutely blow your mind. You probably notice E2 is always pointing towards the fish with a fishing rod. And the reason he does this is because it's a very good pointer. But sometimes, E2, you see a fish and you can cast it in as well, can't you? That's a nice fish. These flats are just amazing. They hold so many incredible fish. We've seen GTs to 20 kilos just cruising by, seen ridiculous numbers of bones. These small trevally, even though they're not that small, they just pull so hard and they're here in huge numbers. That's a beautiful fish. Look at him on the waves. Now this is going to be a lot of fun because I don't have gloves on. I'm just going to let him tire himself out a bit. This could go pear-shaped, but I'm going to try. Nice and gentle on the tail. Look at that. I'm going to be very careful of those tail scoots at the back there. But that is a magnificent little trevally on the flats. Just look at the size of those hooks. I cannot believe they held. That is so much fun, and that is why we always carry a pointing stick that actually has a lure on the end of it. Little Rapala Rip and Wrap, 4 centimetre, and those hooks still in place. Man, speaking of places, I love this place. Go and tell the bonefish we're ready for them, buddy. Off you go. Look at that.
I really love the bonefish because they're really powerful and beautiful fish. Before we knit them, we don't see their beauty, and they're powerful. But when I start sport fishing, that's when I see how powerful they are, how fast they run, and how beautiful they are. He's on your fly. Slow trip, slow. Feel the tap, he's following. You feel the tap, you strike. Following, yeah, he's following. Yep. Bonefish, 15 meters, moving left. Cast.
It's got to take my time. How's that?
Yeah.
Good?
Yeah, yeah.
I can't
Strip
see him.
slowly.
I can't see him.
Strip slowly. Strip. Strip. And strike.
Oh, that's a good fish.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a big fish, mate. Oh, is there coral out there?
Oh.
Good. Oh, he's coming back at me, E2.
Yeah, he's coming back.
Did you see him take the fly?
Yep.
How big do you reckon he is?
6 pound.
6 pound? He's coming towards me. I have got so much backing out here. The entire fly line's gone. And then the backing as well. Now the fly line's the bit you use to cast. It's got the weight. The backing, that's literally just a running line. It's almost like a normal fishing line. And he's swimming towards me here. Oop, the fly line's back on the reel. I just felt it come through. He's coming towards me. Oh,
Coming back fast, eh?
He's coming back. They turn.
Yeah,
Why do they turn so quick? Just to make it hard for me? Oh, there we go. Oh. Look at that, he's heading upstream here and he's just assessing his next move. I'm going to push this way. Oh, E2, my heart is in my mouth. I can see the fish, I can see the shadow.
Yeah, yeah.
Look at him there, he's going to come around
Nice
that way.
fish, yeah.
Nice fish.
Yeah.
And look at that rod tip, look at those lunges. It's that big fat tail just going thump, thump, thump. Was he by himself when he took the fly? I had a mate.
Yeah.
By himself?
By himself, yeah.
That is just amazing. What I love about the bones is the power at this stage. You think you got them beat, like that run, that would have made me pretty tired, but they've still got this kick, 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 and look at that rod tip go bang, bang, bang. They're amazing fish, aren't they, E2?
Amazing. And powerful too.
Yeah, I'm always scared about this last run, ducking under the feet. Look at that big tail, whack, whack, whack. So E2, how many people would you have guided onto their first bonefish?
50% of my clients.
50%, and how many would that be that have got their first with you, reckon?
100, 150.
That's a lot of people. Oh, because you have a lot of clients come back again and again, don't you?
Yes,
Every year. Now,
repeater,
I'm going to slide this fish around. Do you think he's nearly beat?
Yeah, it looks like it.
I hope
Looks
so.
like it,
And this is when you lose big fish. I've got a 16-pound tippet here. We just need to slowly bring him to E2 and just take our time. This is when big fish are lost. I'll try and keep him up for you, mate. Oh, look at him. Look at him.
Yeah, beautiful.
That is just amazing. Well, E2, your fly did the job.
Yeah.
And that is what I love about this man. Not only can he see bonefish 100 metres away and see them change their mind, he can assess the fishery and he can change to adapt and make a fly that the fish are going to eat. Not long ago he tied this fly on the beach, now it's in the mouth, this beautiful Aitutaki bonefish. A very special thank you to all the people at Aitutaki Village, to Air Rarotonga and of course Air New Zealand. Getting my crew to this beautiful part of the world wasn't easy, but let me just say, it was worth it. If you get a chance, go to E2's website, buy a DVD called E2 Bones. It is the thing that inspired me to come here today and also showed that you can put the fox in the hen house and he can look after the fishery. Well done, mate. I'm very proud of what you've done.
You're welcome.